Good evening again, Frank Story, South Wilkes Barre. First, I'd like to thank council for not approving the ice rink. I couldn't be more pleased about that one. But also, I came with some recommendations and requests on behalf of the city taxpayers. What we're looking for is, instead of having to file an open records request, council is allotted each year $10,000 for council trips. This year we've taken a couple. Bill, you just got back from Texas League of Cities. You and Kathy Kane, I don't know if she used part of her own budget or if she tagged along on the council budget with that one. What I would like and what the taxpayers would request is that whenever a trip takes place in that month, the next available council meeting, you come back and just give us a brief statement of what you brought back to the city, what our tax dollars paid for, and what the overall trip cost. If it cost $5,000 for the trip with first class air for filet mignon, whatever it was, if you could just let us know what exactly we're paying for, that would be great. As a member of the media, I mean, we'll certainly follow up. Annually, we have a request waiting to go in first week of January for all expenditures, reimbursements, things of that nature on behalf of the Independent Gazette. And I'm asking the other two members of media here as well to follow up with the same type of request, so that way we can fully investigate that as we have in the past. But Bill, I'm asking this council right now to give us a brief explanation of what you learned on behalf of the citizens who paid for your lavish trip to Texas.
Well, first of all, I didn't fly first class. I've never flown first class. Are you done?
I am.
I've never flown. I'd like to fly first class, but I never have in my life. So I don't know what that's like. And I don't like lobster flavor. I'm actually very simple eater. But regardless, the city is a member organization of the National League of Cities. And I don't know if you've ever been to a work-related conference or exposition of that magnitude. I know probably many of you have. But at the National League of Cities annual event, there are probably about 4,000 elected officials from across the country there that have the opportunity to attend numerous exhibitions, seminars, training programs that are there, and meet with persons that are interested in doing business with the city. As an example, one of the things that we did from one of our my previous attendance at the National League event is to bring back a program called the Utility Line Service Partners and bring that back into the city. It's prominently displayed on the city's website. I'm sure you've seen it. It's right there in front. Which also, I might add, brings back a revenue line to the city of Wilkes Barre far in excess of whatever is spent on attendance at the League of Cities conferences. Along with the prescription drug program, which is one that I personally brought back to save our residents tens of thousands of dollars annually in prescription drug coverage for those that aren't fortunate enough to have a prescription drug plan. And probably most recently, actually I just had a very recent discussion with this within the last hour with Andrew about a program. It's a National League of Cities program and it has to deal with vacant foreclosed properties. And you'll be hearing more about that in the very near future. But I had a chance to meet with several people that handle vacant foreclosed properties for cities, not only across the country, but in Pennsylvania. And they've approached us and asked if we could partner with them through the National League of Cities to work on these problem properties. And they would work with us to not only identify the owners of the problem, and you being a realtor know what vacant properties can be in a neighborhood. So we're very excited about that, and I think what else we've done with it. Oh, I also had a chance when I saw Officer Merchel back there to meet with Department of Justice, attend a seminar on actually wearing body cameras. And I brought back a lot of information from the Department of Justice directly that's going to the police as well. So, no, I didn't fly first class, and I did attend a lot of exhibitions and seminars and training programs there. And unless you've had the opportunity to go to one of these, and I don't know if you ever did in your private life or public life, whatever it may be, but they are very valuable. There is free time, and I can tell you there isn't, but they certainly are very worthwhile expense for the city. It is a budgeted item, as you alluded to, and we operate within the allotted budget. So I don't know what else I can tell you, but
The overall cost of the trip would be
I don't
nice.
have that number in front of me. I wasn't expecting to be able to provide that, but you can can go through the process, as you said you're going to, and you get it right down.
I was just hoping not to have to wait 35 days.
You know, I can tell you that some of the cost, and I'm not expecting to be reimbursed, but I flew an evening flight, and I'll go this far, out of Philadelphia because it was less expensive. I traveled to and from Philadelphia and left my car in Philadelphia at my own expense, those types of things, just to try and lessen the cost. Granted, there is a considerable expense involved in going, and these are held across the country. Some you can drive to, some obviously you can't. But again, there's a reason why 4,000 elected people from across the country attend these. They're very valuable. If we want to stay progressive, we need to be doing these things. We can go to meetings every 2 weeks and not look for better ways of doing things, bring back services for our residents, revenue for our residents, or we can look for ways of being progressive. And the National League of Cities very much supports all the cities in lobbying for funding that we talked about that's so important this evening, looking for other revenue sources collaboratively. Obviously, we get a whole lot further as a city if we're banding and with other cities that have similar problems or looking for similar resources and systems.
I couldn't agree more, and I thank you for your explanation. It certainly helps. Like I said, that's what I was looking for, is when we do these types of trips, if we could hear more of that, it would be
And I
helpful.
want to tell you, you are part of the media, and you can feel free to call me, just as the other ones do as well. I've explained this to the other ones, and I don't think the answer is just ask for you, do not have to wait until tonight. I take calls from the media on a regular basis, I do return calls, and I welcome you to call me, and hopefully we can answer your questions.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.